Assalamualaikum. My name is Marliana SHAPINI, DBA 181042. So today I will explain about Malaysia Airlines company. So the airline began as Malayan Airways Limited and flew its first commercial flight in 1947. In 1966, the airlines was renamed Malaysia Singapore Airlines, and in 1972, Malaysia Airlines System. The airlines also takes training very seriously and invests in training facilities such as its own simulation center and academy to train flight attendants and computer-based training for crew and engineer. Malaysia Airlines said following the partnership temptation, now offer a new and enhanced e-retail shopping experience. So that's all for introduction.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MASDIYANAH binti Haris, matric number DBA 181041. So I'm going to talk about leadership. So basically, during the COVID-19 pandemic, all the companies has affected, including the companies that we chose, which is Malaysia Airlines System. So this part, I'm going to talk about leadership, which is there are lots of challenges the leadership has to face during the COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, the first one is the bankruptcy. During the pandemic, Malaysia's government had implemented MCO, which is Movement Control Order. So all the aviation company was having a travel restrictions, which are not allowed to simply take the passengers out from the country, except for the special circumstances. So Malaysia Airlines System company had to go through bankruptcy because of they don't make any profit during that time, because of they have no many passengers to take out. The second challenge is travel restrictions. Because of the partial lockdown, citizens are not restricted from leaving the country, while the foreign visitors and tourists will be denied to entry. The restrictions was implemented for 3 months, and hence the demand for any flight has plummeted.
So next is strategy planning. The first is weak strategy. So the point of strategy is a new vision. This is an opportunity to create a roadmap which put by in a narrow focus. There should be distinct milestone, clear timelines, and precise role of employees. If taking on a large company-wide initiative, it is better to start small to ensure goals are manageable and achievable. So from there, resources and objectives can be expanded until the end result is achieved in the set timelines. The next is ineffective planning. So a new strategy initiative will never get off the ground without the proper training for employees who are expected to execute. There are many recent companies scheme on proper corporate and learning opportunities for employees, and we broke them down in unrelated blog posts. So finding the right trading option save money by preventing too much downtime, certain skill or teachers new skill, and provide follow-up to ensure employees execute those lessons in their daily workflows. So the next point is lack of resources. The most common direct cause of executing a new strategy are execute which the consultant or board member brought into plan, execute and provide training, as well as the cost of any new executed technology. Choose a training platform or strategy implementation method that is accessible, scalable, and can be cascaded throughout the organization. So last but not least is lack of communication. Communication is key in the execution of a new strategy. An effective communication plan must be initiated from the top down. Transparent, honest communication is not only the quality of an effective organization, but it is a necessary step for any new roll-up. So nothing to produce the effectiveness of a strategy implementation faster than a lack of cooperation among teams. That's all from me.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is FAIZAH binti MANAN. My matric number is DBA 181040. I would like to talk about customer and market focus for Malaysia Airlines. The challenges for customer and market focus of Malaysia Airlines are: first point is increased need to understand and apply technology. That means the need for business to move to a virtual customer experience model, reinforce the need for marketing leaders to continue to use technology. Then, successful using technology that drive a solid digital purchasing experience will be easier for customer to make online purchasing. Second point is heightened focus on brand perception. That means people are paying close attention to how brands are responding to and acting during the COVID-19 crisis. Listening, reporting and quickly adapting to customer concern are paramount to protecting brand sentiment and perception. In addition, customers no longer have easy access to their own networks or leading to overwhelmed call center that is not keeping up with demand. Digitally managing customer relationship with mindfulness through social media can help manage brand reputation during the isolation periods. For the last point is significantly reduced budget. That means marketing is not often viewed as a mission critical function. So in time of cash preservation, it can be the first department whose budget are cut. CMO are challenged to drive continued customer acquisition and revenue growth under much tighter budget constraints. Thank you.
My name is MUSTAFA. Okay, I will explain about measurement, analysis and knowledge management. Okay, the first is measurement. The measurement management system is the set of business process that control all of the measurement process and ensure that the measuring system conform to defined requirement. Okay. Malaysia Airlines need government financial support to ensure its readiness for the post-COVID-19 period. The Malaysian Association of Travel and Travel Agents (MATA) said the aviation industry sits at the core of the world tourism ecosystem. MATA President Datuk Tan Kok Leang said air connectivity was crucial to the nation's tourism and economic recovery. He said this in response to a proposal by International Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Sri Mohamad Azminali on the possible merger between Malaysia Airlines and Asia Group. Analysis is to analyze the economy in the macro perspective. For the first is political legal. Government policies are important drive for the success of Asia. In the late 1990, there was increased privatization and deregulation of the airline industry in Asia. It was noticeable that some Asian countries established open skies agreement while others allow the entry of private airlines. For instance, in 1997, a few LLC spot quickly after Malaysia signed an open skies agreement with the United States. Hence, it appears that although the travel market is being expanded, in reality, MAS would also have to operate in a more challenging environment with instant competition. Other that is economic. The rapid growth fueled the growth of the air travel in Asia. The growth is also because of the region being geographical, diverse and the countries having a large population. The government of the various countries have invested in the development of airline and travel infrastructure and have made investment in the airport to make them competitive with the rest of the world. Again, with high growth and increase in trade and business, the competition has increased, which has led the full-service airline like MAS to start cost-cutting. In the view of many economists, Asia will soon be on the top of the global economic growth chart. Okay, the last is knowledge management. Okay, knowledge management for strategic planning to control COVID-19. At Malaysia Airlines, delivering Malaysia hospitality is at the head of everything we do. The well-being of our customers and employees is of utmost importance to us. As such, we have put in place various enhanced protective measures with your best interest in mind. Our key health and safety measures adhere to the guidelines set by local and international health authorities such as the Ministry of Health Malaysia (MOH) and World Health Organization (WHO) to provide a safer and healthy travel experience. Malaysia Airlines also adhere to flight safety guidelines provided by local and international aviation authorities such as the Civil Aviation Authorities of Malaysia (CAAM) and International Civil Aviation Organization (ICAO). In line with this, Malaysia Aviation Group, the group recently introduced the Fly Confidently campaign to inform passengers on our at-hand protective measures at all touchpoints. The guidelines can be viewed and are available for download at each airline's official website. Okay, for the first step, Malaysia Airlines take is the keeping everyone safe. For example, passengers are reminded to be aware of the travel rules and restrictions of your departure and arrival country. Okay, for the second step is physical distance. Passengers and employees at the airport should maintain social distance by following the floor market, which provide guidance for maintain a safe distance. Okay, the third step is always wear face covering and mask. The last step is testing. Effective 24 July 2020, all passengers travelling into Malaysia are to undergo a 14-day mandatory quarantine at dedicated quarantine centre upon arrival at Kuala Lumpur International Airport (KLIA) and must bear the cost of quarantine as determined by the Malaysian Ministry of Health. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
My name is WIRDHATUL JANNAH. My matric number is DBA 172205. In this part, I will present about human research focus, which is biology criteria. So the first is what the effect of COVID-19 to Malaysian Airlines employees. Malaysia Airlines offers unpaid leave amid COVID-19, is offering no pay leave to all employees, including subsidiaries such as low-career Firefly. Employees can offer 1 to 3 months of unpaid leave or 5 days of leave per month beginning in April. So its cash flow is not only affecting MAG but also to industry in totality. The second is what the effect of COVID-19 to airport retail. In Brisbane Airport, decreasing the shop. The retail marketing team quickly to create the BNE Marketplace, an online shopping channel. It only took 16 days. The site currently has 3,000 products from 2 airport retail partners, with 6 coming soon, but has been designed to allow all Brisbane Airport retailers to participate. They managed to build a product, stay quickly by partnering with Shopify and making the most of their internal skills. Direct money is used to keep as many of our partner staff employed as possible in the short term. By reducing the number of workers in the shop, it will make the price very competitive and the delivery very fast, so it doesn't look like there is a concession. So this is for me.
Okay, so the next is crisis management. Crisis management also has the challenges during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is the first one is supply chain chaos. So retailer manufacturing and production have been heavily disrupted by COVID-19, particularly in China. In apparel and textiles, China is still the world's bigger exporter. Even apparel manufacturers are based elsewhere or are often reliant on textiles imported from China. China been hit by COVID-19 and having to shut down factories and production has caused huge supply chain and production disruption around the world, with luxury retailers like Burberry and Prada being hit particularly hard. As more and more countries are affected, supply chains may be disrupted further downstream. Larger disruption centers that service multiple countries could be most problematic. Not only for fierce contamination, but stores in countries that are not as heavily affected could have their product supply disrupted. On the other hand, since China was affected by the pandemic, they may recover first. So by the time other countries are beginning to come out of lockdown and preventive measures, this supply bottleneck may well be clearing further upstream. Okay, the second one is shutting physical stores and reduced footfall. Across the globe, brick and mortar sales are suffering. Stores are either being closed on government orders or simply being closed by retailers to protect staff and public. The stores that remain open are being hit by the heavily reduced footfall as the majority of the public attempt to avoid unnecessary social contact. The effects of this on revenue have the potential to be fatal. Lost sales are damaging enough, but when you factor in continued overheads for stores like rent, wages, and inventory, it is a dangerous situation. Only time will tell how damaging these effects will be on retailers across the globe, with the main variables on how long areas remain affected and stores are closed for, to what extent a retailer's e-commerce operation can pick up the slack, and how big or financially stable the retailer is prior to the epidemic. Okay, the third one is consumer behavior. The COVID-19 global pandemic is having a profound impact on consumers' lives as stay-at-home orders and country-wide lockdowns start to be eased. Consumer behavior continues to be driven by new personal circumstances, such as changes in discretionary income and spare time and considered value and priorities. Changes in disposable income and available leisure time are influencing customer attitudes, behaviors, and purchasing habits. For example, 33% of consumers are finding themselves financially squeezed with less disposable income compared to before the crisis and are shopping more cost-consciously, whereas 26% have increased both their disposable income and free time and are enjoying new leisure pursuits.
So before that, I want to introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Arif bin Halmi and my matric number is DBA 181053. Okay, nowadays, we know Malaysia Airlines taking online retail to the next level since happened that hit our country is COVID-19 pandemic. So, I want to tell 5 business result of Malaysia Airlines company. I just do the research and I don't know is true or false. I just try my best. So, I research for the business result Malaysia Airlines company. For the first one is Malaysia Airlines company do performance and product improvement for the first one. Okay, so Malaysia Airlines improving punctuality and on-time performance is a core goal for the operation team. And Malaysia Airlines also needs to win on customer service, and this is being benchmarked against our competitors. And other improvement include refresh testing in the lounge showcasing Malaysian creative talent, new business class seats on A330s and new onboard cuisine. Second one is consolidation at KLIA main terminal building. So Malaysia Airlines go to ensure convenience and improve connectivity for passenger. Malaysia Airlines is also planning a move to concentrate most of its operation in KL, with a successful trial conducted earlier this year. The airline is working closely with Malaysia Airports Holdings Berhad to realize the consolidation. Third one is cost savings. managing cost is a key component in reaching the projection under the approved Malaysian Airlines business plan. A key performance indicator for the entire organisation is now centered around cost management with a focus on managing to budget and improvement procurement. Malaysia Airlines will also be investing new ground service equipment, will improve on-time performances and turnaround times. Next, enhancing corporate governance. Malaysia Airlines, the new corporate approving authority policy has now been approved. The airline is further strengthening its internal governance with the hiring of a head of investigation and head of business integrity department responsible for ensuring better compliance and transparency whilst minimizing fraud and illegal practices. And for the last one, Malaysia Airlines investing in a talent pipeline. People development and succession planning in an integral part for the organisation sustained success remains a key focus in 2016. The airline has been working hard in closing the skills gap via the Malaysia Airlines Academy, which will be based in KLIA, providing a centre of aviation skills for Malaysia. And Malaysia Airlines also has successfully recruited 20 management trainees towards building a talent pipeline as well as growing the aviation skill sets in Malaysia. Thank you.
Okay, so conclusion is COVID-19 has left a huge impact over the world, especially towards the economy. Most companies were affected by it and caused the world economy collapse badly. Lots of challenges have to face during the pandemic time, from the large businesses until the small retailers. The most challenges time during the pandemic is when the government implement movement control order for over 3 months. Most non-essential business cannot operate during the MCO period, caused many companies to get help from the government to stay profitable in difficult time. After the MCO phase has passed, the government has implemented a new order, which is Recovery Movement Control Order, where all the businesses have been allowed to operate. The lesson we can learn from this miserable situation is we cannot escape from the disaster happen to our life. However, if all parties work together to help each other, especially to the needy, the country's economy will surely return to stability. At the same time, we can also take care of each other's health and safety by following the government's instruction as we improve the country's economic stability. That's all from me. Thank you.